Well, good greetings and beautiful and abundant benevolent blessings to all of you wonderful souls out there. Kia ora Cass from the All Things Health and Wealth Show. And today we are super energized, super excited, but a little bit frustrated as well. I think you were all feeling a little bit frustrated, especially since Bitcoin did its last resistance level at the 44.5k level and literally has been falling like knives at this point. And I think a whole lot of people are trying to do some serious buying at these lower levels, but the price just keeps continuing to tumble. So, obviously I think everybody's a little bit frustrated out here. There has been a substantial amount of FUD and news and all kinds of things that have really been taking place in the market, but we'll get to that in a little while. For now, we're just looking at technical analysis, and as we can see here, we're on the hour time frame. And we have literally broken down from my white line here. You can see we've sat above this quite nicely for some time, but we literally broke way below it. And now this means that we will be coming down to way further levels, because we are literally like a waterfall just falling down. So what we can see here is we had the twist on the ribbon and on the hour time frame, and it started opening up a little bit. It slowed down a little bit, but it's starting to look like it's opening up a little bit again, which means that there's confluence between the volume. There's been a lot of sell volume right here again at this price level of the 39,500 level, and there's been a lot of sell volume down there. So we're probably looking at some retesting, and we'll go look at previous price action to see where we're at this point. So just on the hour time frame, you can see here's my upward channel. We literally broke down from touching my blue line back up here, way down my descending wedge pattern, which is the green line up here, way down below the support box here. Literally fell through the support box right down to the other side, and then just reconnected with the ribbons over here. Pretty much traded sideways but downwards, and then we literally just falling at this point, broken through my white line, and we've got the next purple box here. So let's click on the 4 hours, our 4 hour time frame, and let's have a look here at what is actually going on in the market, because this is obviously quite epic. We can see the 4 hours literally just falling out of nowhere. So we've had a cross in the ribbon again on the 4 hour, opening up of the ribbon again, breakthrough of the upward channel, resistance from the downward channel, a lower high, here's your high, and then here's now a lower high. So yeah, I mean, we're looking like we're definitely coming down. There is quite major support over here at this 36,500 odd level at the top of the purple box here. But truth be said, if this is falling all the way down here, we have the potential to come find some support definitely at the lower end of the purple box at 34.5 to 34.5 to 35,000. So that's a good place to probably look at putting some buy entries again, because there will at the very least be a minimum of a short-term relief movement up from this point, because this is a very strong level of support. So I just need to point something out. This was the 41,000 level over here, my white line over here. This was the 41,000 level. We literally broke back down below that level, which means that we weren't ready to be above that level quite yet. But now let me just bring in some of the fundamental stuff. We've been seeing Charlie Munger has been really trying to flatten Bitcoin. The Ukraine-Russia war stuff happening over there. We have, of course, the Federal Reserve and the way they are, and I'll get to the very reason from a technical analysis why we've fallen here on another chart shortly. So just give me a moment. I'd like to share with you on the daily time frame where we're at the moment. The daily time frame, if we have to just be real and raw, this bar closed below in volume on this bar. That means that we were to continue our trend down. This bar tested my upward line here, failed, and this bar closed below that line, failed. Didn't have much close, didn't have much buy power, and then literally crashed through. So if we crash through, we're definitely looking to come down somewhere along this level. But with time will tell. I would say that if I had to extend the bottom channel of my descending wedge, that we may end up seeing Bitcoin come and test the 33,000 level again at the very bottom of this point, and then look to run back up. So from here we'd probably test here, but then guys, I'd have to be very honest with you, on the day time frame we still continue to develop our channel, and we continuing to develop that movement, which is opening up the ribbons again on the daytime frame, especially if it comes back here. But I would say that we're probably going to sit along this range right now. We all know, whoever's been in the crypto space for long enough at this point, we all know that actually that Michael Saylor and all those big investors and buyers of Bitcoin that are holding Bitcoin on their balance sheet, those buyers, their average buying price was between $30,000 and $31,000. So we definitely know that it's very unlikely that it's going to come back below that point, and if it does, it's just going to be another space for people to reaccumulate. So I'd have to say that we would be playing in quite dangerous territory if we were to come back down to those levels, because if we come back down to these levels, as we can see here, this is my last purple box here with the big red line. That's our major level of resistance. If that was the instance, we all know about the M pattern over here, and that target would literally mean that we would literally fall back down below, well, definitely wouldn't go to minus 8,000, that's for sure. But that's a pretty big M pattern. Did I do that right? I did. Well, there's the break of the M pattern. This thing is saying that Bitcoin is going to go to zero, but that's definitely not true. We all know that. So I'm going to delete that and erase that from this, because I don't believe that. I definitely don't see that. There has been more buying, more institutional buying. I mean, we have huge trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars ready to take action. I have something to share with you off of my cellular mobile. I was doing a bit of research this morning, and I'd actually love to share something with you here. If you can see on my video here, where so you have, this is the investors bullish cycles for cash, and this is where the banks are basically saying they're putting their money. So what we're looking at is, if we see here, we're saying, sorry guys, this is a bit difficult, so I'll get this right soon. We're saying that the banks are ready to offload their cash into things like tech, US equity, bonds, okay? Because those are very, very undervalued and have had significant drops recently. So we're really looking for sell pressure on some of these items and buy pressure on some of these items. You can see equities are still quite high, so those are really good. Banks they probably will not let themselves fail. So what we're going to be looking at is for cash to be deployed into the bonds, and US Treasury bonds, 10-year yields. And why is that? Well, I won't go into those charts right now, but I'll share that at some other point. This has been really wonderful to grow with and to share with, that's for sure. So guys, we've had obviously all of this momentum. Let's go and have a look at the last time frame here quickly on the week, because the week certainly does matter to us. And the week, as we can see, we're looking extremely unhealthy. We literally have been under the ribbons for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 consecutive weeks. Now that's a very, very, very long time to be under the ribbon, and we can see now that this ribbon is really starting to pull down. And if this ribbon crosses down here and this ribbon starts to end up coming below the 43 probably 41,000 level, we're really going to be in for a little bit of an unhealthy market space at this point. So of course we don't want that, and really obviously there's a lot of FUD happening out there. So just what you could do as a Bitcoin buyer or a crypto supporter is you could buy these lows. Whenever there's sell pressure, just keep buying. I'd actually like to go and see the fear and greed index, so just give me a moment. The fear and greed index, and let's have a look here at what the fear and greed index is doing right now. As we can see, we're back into fear territory, and yesterday was extreme fear. No wonder the markets are continuing to fall. The markets are falling even more, so I'm surprised that this is still in fear when yesterday was in extreme fear. I mean, we should be sitting probably around the 19 level again at the moment, that with everything that's busy happening around here. So I'll leave that alone for now. You've seen the Bitcoin chart. Let's go and have a look at the dollar chart. So I know the dollar's not open over the weekends, or the strong ends, whatever you want to call them, but basically this dollar's now starting to look a little bit healthy again. We've had a bullish candle close, we had a reverse candle here, we've had a higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, but yet our high is still here. So if this can break back into the purple box, break back above this white line, the likelihood, and retest the white line as support, the likelihood of this dollar going up is very, very high, which means that, of course, all other assets that are calculated in dollars or traded in dollars, of course, those are going to fall, which means that our beautiful and beloved Bitcoin USDC will continue to fall as well. But the buying strength is what's going to hold us and hold these key support levels. So we need to recognize that, and we need to be very firm and sharp on that beautiful space, because that's what matters right now. It doesn't really matter that we're seeing this happen. This is a chart that's really just showing us that it does have some bullish momentum here, and we'll probably come test us up. If you go and look at some of my previous videos, you'll see that. Now guys, I have to say to you, if it does that and it comes back up and it tests this level, okay, and it comes back down and it pulls back and it finds some support back on top of the purple box and makes a move back up, we're going to see a cup and handle pattern. Okay, if I may draw that for you, we're going to see a little cup and handle pattern here forming, if you can see that, which would mean and would take this dollar price right up into the skies. So we would see, if we break out from the neckline, came up here, we would probably see this dollar chart then coming to about 115, which would then bring us back to way all-time highs and resistance level up here. So unfortunately, with inflation and an inflationary environment, this is a very high possibility, and that does mean negative negative happenings for other assets in the space. But at the end of the day, and as you can see here, besides the cup and handle pattern that could be forming on the weekly time frame, we literally have a W pattern forming here too. So if we really do that, there's huge confluence in the dollar actually breaking out. Let's see the W pattern. The W pattern is pretty much the same height. So I'm going to just say to you that if we can break that level, we're probably going to see this 115 level that's around here. Who knows, it might create a new higher, a lower high from this point, which, if we go and look at the monthly time frame, would give you an incredible perspective on where this has come, and that would then give us huge major resistance at this level, pretty much here. So there's some confluence at this point. I'd have to say 110, 115 at the most. And guys, I don't even know what to say to you, because what I'm witnessing here on the monthly time frame is even more scary, because we have a huge W pattern here. Huge W pattern. And if that has to break out, I mean, we're looking at something even more crazy. I mean, if that breaks out, we can see the dollar up at 160. We haven't seen those levels. I mean, guys, that would be really catastrophic. I can say that to you. That would be extremely catastrophic to the world, with such high inflationary dollar perspective, and that would literally cause a major currency or crisis, a dollar crisis. We all know that we've been experiencing that, but the inflation levels have scared people. The inflation levels are very high. Inflation is looking scarier when people's income bases are diminishing, and you're really looking at a whole variety of negative news around currency. But how do you hedge yourself against inflation? Well, that's why we invest in Bitcoin, and that's exactly what's going on here. That's why Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other cryptos really have good, strong utility. And that's why the housing market for passive income really can help one grow, and grow tremendously. So protect yourself with passive income, get passive income, and make sure that you stay passive income. Who wants to actually sit through, this kind of drawdown? Nobody wants to sit through this kind of drawdown. Yes, we're higher than we were here in September in 2020. We're way higher. And let's just do a basic calculation here quickly. My measuring tool. Do a basic calculation just to the baseline of this level here. We are still 234% up from September 2020. That's why you want to invest in Bitcoin, because no matter what the market status is, the Bitcoin is a hedge against inflation, just like gold and silver are. So we're very, very likely, as we've all seen, gold has been coming out of the trend, and we perhaps going to be looking at breaking all-time highs with gold very soon, which means that silver, as a lagging indicator behind gold, will do the same thing, especially in the current time frames where we are seeing huge the absolute just huge stimulus. I don't even know what to say anymore, because it's so crazy to see what is going on out there with the Fed. They are completely stuck. They don't know where to go, left or right. They don't know if they're Arthur or Martha, Jack and Jill, whatever. But at the end of the day, we have to know what to do with ourselves and our investments and our cash, because we are the ones that need to make ourselves happy, wealthy, healthy, and strong in abundance. So thank you for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Today's a white day. It's a sun's day. It's very beautiful here in Johannesburg, and feeling amazing today, guys. So thank you for watching this video. Take care, and I hope you have a beautiful day with your family and yourselves, and blessings and love and light and abundance to you all, you wonderful souls. Take care, and we'll see you on the next one.